second is dream state. If you look at the dream state, when we're sleeping, sometimes we're dreaming too much. And so many times in the night when we dream a lot, in the morning when we get up, we're very tired. Like there was so much activity in our mind that was going on. Rajas. It is directly connected to Rajas. So much activity. But we don't get there where we want to get there. So when we get up, we look back and see, oh, it was just a dream state. And that is also not the purpose of life. To live in dream state. And then the third one is awakened state. Awakened state is when we are awake. But not just awakened in our body, we are awakened in our body, mind and spirit. Highest awareness is experienced. So when we are awake, that's when we make conscious decisions. When we are awake, that's when we make the right choices. And we can actually bring such yogic disciplines in our life that increases happiness, blissful moments. And that is the purpose of life, to live in an awakened state and increase sattva. Now, nature also supports us to increase sattva in our life. You know how? There are certain times of the day when sattva predominates in the atmosphere also. And there are actually times that our yogic scriptures explain to us that between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is a time when you sit and do any yogic practices. You manifest sattva in your body because that's what is prevailing all around you in the atmosphere. Because that is the time, if you think about it, all the people who commit crime or who drink or who party, they're all sleeping. All the negative energies are sleeping. And who's awake? Only the yogis and rishis and munis and saintly people are sitting in samadhi and throwing their positive vibrations at the world. So when you sit during that time to do yogic activities, you connect with their vibrations instantly. And you can increase the level of sattvicness in your life. That's why it is the same people who get up early in the morning, half of their problems relating to their physical or mental health, they fade away from their lives just by waking up early. It is so powerful. It's called Brahm Muhurat. Now, starting from sunrise time to sunset is a time when Rajas is prevailing in the atmosphere. That's when all the worldly activities start to happen. And we are constantly running around trying to fulfill our desires. And that's when we get very stressed, we get tired. That's Rajas. And after sunset, Tamas starts. That's when all the parties start. Pubs are filled, people are drinking, all the crimes are committed in the night time when it's dark. There is no meaningful activities taking place. So atmosphere is filled with tamas. So when we have this higher knowledge, when we understand how the nature works and how if we can be in harmony with the nature and do activities that harmonize us and increase sattva in us, we are victorious in our life. We are the winners. All it takes is constant intake of higher knowledge, clarity of thought. higher awareness, living with soul consciousness. It's very interesting science. Yogic science is very, very interesting. So what happens is, in the beginning, we human beings, when we are not aware of this higher knowledge, we start our lives by doing outward seeking. We're looking to people, we're looking to our loved ones, we're looking to our work, we're looking at this world for happiness. And you know what happens? The moment we desire for something and we get it, our mind is asking for 10 other things. We keep on fulfilling our desires, but we're never happy. Why? Because all our life is spent acquiring things that we desire, but we never have time to enjoy them. So we're not sitting enjoying those things that we are acquiring. We are just acquiring them and the life passes away. But there comes a moment in our life when we become very tired. After trying to get the support of our loved ones, after investing into the world, we still don't feel happy, healthy, peaceful. Then we turn inward. It's called inward seeking. That is when we start to move from deficiency, motivation, to abundance of motivation. That's when we start to become so grateful of all the things that we are born with. We start to look within to see and express our gratitude for everything that we have within us. The power of self, the divine love, the inner peace, the power of intellect. All of these very precious things, we start to feel and start developing relationship with it. Think about it. Even when we try to smell a flower, and when we smell the fragrance of a flower, what do? We bring the flower close to our nose and we close our eyes. What does that say? Even the sense enjoyment is felt inwards, even though the flower is outside, but to gain the maximum strength, to gain the maximum benefit, to feel the highest level of fragrance, what do? We close our eyes. And when we close our eyes to this world and we go within, that's when we feel, wow, this flower smells the best. So what does that tell us? The real happiness, the real enjoyment lies within. Even the worldly peace and happiness and comforts can only be enjoyed when I move within. So when we start doing inward seeking, we become more humble. There is more humility in us. We have the expression and feelings of gratitude in our heart. And we thank the divine that we're born with these beautiful gifts of life, our mind, body and breath, our spirit. Oh my God. These are beautiful tools, resources that we can use to create a wonderful destiny. And then, as we deepen our practice, as we are very consistent in our practice, as we believe in ourselves, as our relationship with our spirit becomes very strong, then the third stage comes. It's called merge with self. Merging with self. And when we start to merge with self, we start to become one with the power of spirit, Atman self, then what happens? That's when our wisdom increases, our awareness increases, our learning increases, our moments in every day, they are filled with so much divine love, peace, tranquility, so much compassion we carry in our heart. We start to do seva, serving others. We start to feel others' pain. We start to do more sadhana. Sadhana and seva become part of our life. So what we give to the world comes back to us. And that is the point where we become unshaken. No person, no situation, no problem can ever touch us. We become so strong outwards and inwards. So, yoga, sadhana helps us to move from outward seeking to inward seeking to merge with ourselves. It is only yoga that transforms us from sleeping state of consciousness to awakened state of consciousness. It is the yoga that helps us to manifest sattvic qualities in us and minimize and negate rajas and tamas qualities in us. So when we merge with the self, when we become one with yoga, then our thoughts are very positive, there is clarity to it, our deeds are very pure, we have a personality that is unshaken, the smiles continue to increase every day in our life, and our confidence can never fade away, and we develop a towering personality. And that is the goal of life. And that can only be achieved through yogic knowledge and yogic practice. So, with these thoughts, with these words of wisdom coming straight from our yogic scriptures, we're going to start today's practice. So let's go ahead and stand up for our yoga stretches.